they couldn't believe it. She's a woman now. She's not a girl anymore. When they saw me, and God blessed me and put people in my life that helped me and helped me through the pain, helped me through feeling rejected, helped me through feeling thrown away, learning how not to be angry at life, learning how to deal with some things without just lashing out and just, people, and people trying to destroy you because you walk into a room or because you're really attractive and you walk in the room and women getting angry because you walked in the room. Well, I tell you what, if you think you getting angry or you treating me this kind of way is going to break me, baby, I've been through so much more. So I'm good for the wear. Bring it on, because what you're operating in fear. Bring it on. I'll be your sounding board. I'll be whatever you need me to be. Okay, if you want to gaslight, do that. And hopefully this is going to help you. And I'm still going to smile at you at the end of the day, because God doesn't put you in any situations that you can't handle. He put you in those situations to teach you how to handle situations. And this is what we got to teach people. We got to teach people how to be truthful about who you are, how to stay in your truth, how to stop gaslighting people, how to really, in order, if we want our world to become a better place, we have to become better people, period. And this is the most important time for us to tap into becoming better people, treating people the way we want to be treated, and going that extra mile, because it's not going to hurt you to help someone. And that's one of the things that I love about what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I love your message. I want you to tell people about how to find your book. I want you to tell people about how to find you. I want you to tell people the name of your website. If you want to give people an email or a phone number, I want you to tell people how to get Tracey's coaching. How can I tap into her coaching business, which is called TJE Coaching and Consulting, right here in Indiana? How can I tap into Tracey? And you don't need to live in Indiana to tap into Tracey's coaching, because we have this thing out in the world that has gotten so big called virtual. We've gone virtual. So Tracey,
yes, ma'am.
Just tell us how to get this book. When does this book release?
Yeah. Well, let me first of all thank you for sharing your story. And our journey become our stories, and they can be transformative. And the fact that you shared that and unpacked that, I already know is going to do wonders for some other woman that's listening to your podcast right now. So thank you for doing that, because I know that was unplanned and it was on your heart. And so that's valuable. Our stories, our journeys are our stories. And exactly. I'm a firm believer in telling stories. They're so empowering for people. And I love how you dealt with honesty when it was thrust upon you, because that's the foundation of building our authentic life. And pieces of honesty were missing in your life. And when they popped up, you had to process that with courage and confidence and resilience to invent yourself and continue to grow and develop. So I think that's a phenomenal story, that there's so many lessons that we can all draw upon in terms of being our authentic self.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for the opportunity to share. I can be reached on my website at TraceyJEdmonds.com. So that's Tracey, C-Y, and Edmonds, E-D-M-O-N-D-S. On any page of my website, you can scroll to the bottom and put in your email address, and that's how we can stay connected. You can also email me at TraceyJ@TraceyJEdmonds.com. The book goes on sale on the 2nd of February, and I'll be communicating about that. You'll see me on LinkedIn. You'll see me on some other social media as well. But just super excited to get it out there and into the hands of other women so that they can build the authentic careers and lives that they love.
And thank you, Tracey. Another thing we want to share with our listeners is that Tracey and I share a lot of the same passions, and she does success coaching and career coaching. I do life coaching and health coaching. So they're they're different type of coachings. But a person let's talk about this, Tracey. We talked about self-love and the career woman. And we had a little conversation before the phone call. If I'm coaching someone and they need to they're doing well in the life and the health. And so then that transition over to coaching, I'm going to send you over to Tracey. If Tracey's coaching someone and they're stuck and they become stagnant, and we need to do something about synergy in terms of balancing their life with self-love, where about eating healthy and learning to eat, because that's the number one pillar. That's one of the pillars to success is health. Okay, and she doesn't do health; she'll send you to me to help you get that piece together, and then you go back to her to keep continuing on the coaching and the career breakthrough that you need. And it's going to take a lot of that with all of us as coaches to understand working together to help people in different niches, to help them create synergy and balance in their lives so that they can be successful in all areas of their life, and recognize what your triggers are. Okay, so say, for instance, you have a bad day at work and you go home from work and you start eating up everything in sight and you just really start to binge. It really wasn't because you were hungry, it was because what happened at work. So Tracey teaches you how to be able to unmask what's really happening to you and why you're eating this way. Okay, but then you've gotten into a point where you've got this weight on you because you've been doing it all the time. So then you come over to me and we start helping you to create healthy eating habits, habit change, and teaching you how to move the needle to become healthier, to help you, not be at risk for diabetes and hypertension and things of that nature, and other things as well. And we start to teach you the benefit of eating healthy and also the benefit of being healthy to be able to reach your career goals and aspirations. And so that's what really, really happens. And that's what we want to see happen. And so I'm just so thankful, and I want to have Tracey come back so we could talk about how the book is going and try to get more, bring more awareness about your book. This one time, even though we're all over the world, but I just think I want to get you back here again. So I
would love that opportunity.
All right.
And maybe we can talk more about a holistic approach. Just like you said, there's a lot of components. I mean, we can talk about what it takes to be successful in a career, but as Debra mentioned, it is bigger than that. We have to start with a place of self-care and how we're caring for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And that's often what leads a lot of women my way, is because their careers have become stagnant. And I can help them with the tools to be a better leader, to accelerate their career, to resolve some of the challenges that they may have and how they show up at work. But at the end, this core of who you are and how you're caring for yourself becomes a critical component as well, because sustainability of having the career and life you want comes with multiple components. And that includes your emotional health and your physical health, in addition to the skills and attributes that you develop when you're leading in your life.
Exactly. And that's the most important part, having synergy, having balance, understanding what your triggers are, understanding how to really overcome those triggers in a productive way that's going to actually be something that is actually customized for you to be able to become healthy in the aspect of accelerating your career goals and what it's going to take to get you there, but not only get there, but stay there and continue to excel and to continue to stay on your journey. All of these are critical components of what you need and even if you're a man, these are all critical components, because sometimes people, they don't even know when they're just out of control and they're burning out. They're out of control they don't understand, and they're not equipped to deal with problems. And so they start to burn out of control. You know what I'm saying? So they start making all the wrong choices, doing all the wrong things, and they start to, really come apart at the seams. And so you don't want to have to start that to happen, because you really don't have all the tools you need. You got there, but you don't have the tools that you need to keep you there. And that's where we come in at. That's where success coaching comes in. Health coaching comes in. What's making you feel this way, and why do you have a tendency to do this? Why is this a trigger? But we help you to figure out why it is. We help you to see beyond a shadow of a doubt that you know the reason, but you just have to get it out of you. It's in your subconscious mind. How do we bring it to your conscious mind? How do we help you to just come to the next level so that you don't do these things, so that you continue to walk in your path? And that's what we're here for. That's what we talk about. And it's not about, for me, if I knew all the things that I'm doing today that I was going to be doing when I was 15, I would have told people, oh, wow, this fortune teller is just selling stuff. This person is not really a real fortune teller. But when you get on the journey in life and you know you got to go through something to get somewhere, when you know that you've been through something to get somewhere, but it's about, we don't always need to hide everything and feel shame and experience the fear. If that a person know that I went through this in my life, they might not look at me the same. Well, they might even have a lot more respect for you if you're telling the truth. They'll have a lot more respect that how you got yourself here. I remember standing on a corner. Tracey, I remember this, standing on a corner and saying, when I was a kid, and I'm standing on the corner, and I got to learn how to catch the bus all over Chicago by myself. When I was 15, or really 14, and I was made to leave home because for no reason on my own, it was economical, and I had to restart a life in a whole nother city from Michigan all the way to Chicago, and try to learn to navigate how to get around the city, how to go shopping, how to get food for myself, how to do all the things that I needed to be able to do for myself and then at that time, stay in line what I thought that I needed to be doing as a child, things that a child's supposed to be doing. And at the same time, having to have grown-up roles and no guidance, no nothing, and not being able to deal with the anger and not even understand, not even knowing that I was actually mad or angry. But life was coming at me so fast that I didn't even have a chance to digest the fact that I was hurting and I was angry. And not having an outlet was even worse. And so, but when God comes in there and puts you on a journey and says, I'm going to protect you and I'm going to keep you and sustain you. I remember being on this corner and saying, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to be part of the real world. I never forgot that.
Right.
And so I was looking at the cars coming and going, and the fact that I was on the bus, and I would have to look at landmarks to see was I on the right bus route. I'm riding all the way downtown Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Cooking my own meals, raising myself, trying to navigate what I'm supposed to be eating and not eating, ashamed to tell people that I had been done this way. So all of us have a journey. And this is one of the first times that I really shared this publicly. It's the very first time. But sometimes you don't know what's going to come out. Because Tracey said to me, well, what are we going to talk about? I said, we're going to just talk like we're having a regular conversation between me and you. It's not going to be scripted. Right. Tracey, believe me. She said, huh? I said, no, we're going to talk like we on the phone, like we just talked. And I just needed to see if I could get a good 45-minute conversation out of her on the phone. And if I could get a good 45-minute meaningful conversation, we had a podcast episode. And we did. And I just got her to talking, and she relaxed, and we started talking. And that's how we're talking now. Tracey's on her phone, but I beamed her into my studio, and we're really having a conversation that we're being open, honest, and we're sharing about how we didn't tell you everything, but we told you the foundation of what got us on the journey to where we are today. And that shows you we want to help get you on your journey. Right, Tracey?
Yeah, we don't have enough time for everything. We need a lot of different episodes for that.
We probably will need about, we probably going to need a month or 2 or 3 or 4. We're probably going to need 6 months worth of podcasts to do telling all these stories. But those are our stories, and those are our own stories. It's not important about our stories. What's really important is helping you to define your story, understand your story, get your story out of you so you can actually thrive and survive without stomaching emotions, without operating consciously, but subconsciously you're suffering. And that's what we want to help you do. That's it. Tracey, I'm going to let you close the show. It's on you.
Well, first of all, just again, thank you for the opportunity to share my passions, my book, portions of my journey with your audience. And, I would leave them with what I mentioned early